Hello guys, long time no see. Alright, on today's episode, let's just go straight to the point. On today's episode, I'll be talking about some of the things I discovered in pregnancy, some of the changes I observed in pregnancy, that even after giving birth, and this is about 10 weeks after giving birth, 10 weeks postpartum. And yet, I haven't fully recovered, or I haven't returned back to the way I used to be. So if this is your first time on this channel, please do very well to like, to subscribe, and throw a comment under this post. On this channel, we talk about everything motherhood, everything lifestyle as a Nigerian in the UK, as a first-time mom. In fact, there's a lot of things going on here, so just subscribe. Click that subscribe button. Okay, one of the few things that I think changed for me in pregnancy was my shoe size. I normally wear UK size 6, which should be about 39-40. When I got pregnant, towards the end of my pregnancy, I realized that my shoes were no longer my size. My legs were, kind of swollen, but not really like swollen. It got very obvious like 2 weeks to my due date. But before then, I realized that my feet was not getting into my shoes anymore. So that was how I moved from a size 6 to a size 6.5. And even after I had given birth, my feet is yet to return back to my normal size. So normally when I want to order a shoe online or so, I just know it's like this. But right now I have to pay more attention to my shoe size because it doesn't work anymore. Another thing I discovered when I was pregnant was I discovered that I developed a sudden love for this is my life on the regular. So I put baby in here and I'll be able to do some things around the house. If I put her down on her bed, some days she gets to sleep for long, and some other days once I leave the room, you know how it happens. You have to do all the tiptoeing and all that, and yet once you close the door, the next day you're wide awake. So sometimes when I want to really, I have a couple of things to do, I just put her in here and she sleeps for as much as she would want to. And the noise of the washer would not wake her up. The noise of the microwave would not wake her up. And I'm wondering, okay, what? Anyway, that's story for another day. So another thing I discovered, when I was pregnant, I developed this sudden love for avocados. I have one gist for you guys. One time I was to take baby for 8 weeks immunization, which is I just know about 3 immunizations like that. So I went to a friend of mine, she's English, so I got some paracetamol from the pharmacy because one of the immunization was going to cause fever, so I was advised to give her paracetamol once we get home. So what brought about the discussion, and then I mentioned something like she's going to take her drugs when she gets home. She was like, drugs? I said, yes, drugs. She said, no, it's not called drugs, it's medicine. That when you say drugs, it means like you're taking her drugs. I'm like, oh my god, I never knew. Yeah, she's like, when you say drugs, people think you're talking about hard drugs, marijuana and all of that, and so we learn every day. So that's one thing that was surprised. A whole scholar like me doesn't know the difference between drugs. Anyway, we learn every day, isn't it? So that one has stuck to my memory right now, and I've started using the right word for the right one. So drugs, medicine. I don't do drugs, I do medicine. Okay, so that was just by the way. So back on to one thing about pregnancy, things that happened to me in pregnancy, and even after pregnancy it hasn't changed. I'm not able to sleep long stretches. So when I was pregnant, I would sleep 2-3 hours, wake up in between and be awake for another 30 minutes before I go back to sleep again and all that. And then I realized even now, I was like, oh, let me be done with this phase, and then when I leave her or have my baby, I'll be able to sleep as long as I want. It is a lie, a very big lie. I don't remember the last time I slept 5 hours at once. So it's like stretches of 3 hours, wake up. Even when baby does not wake, I'm just prompted, check baby, hope she's fine, does she need a change or anything, and then I go back to sleep. Sometimes it's not even the urge to check baby that wakes me up. It's the urge to pump because I'm an exclusively breastfeeding mom. So at night, it's crazy. You just wake up and you find out that it's filled up and baby has had enough, or baby is sleeping. It wouldn't be nice to go wake her up because maybe she's just had a feed about an hour ago, and then so just pump it up and store it in the fridge, in the freezer, up until when baby needs it. So that sleep pattern, I've not been able to get a good stretch of sleep for since I gave birth, and I miss sleeping. That time when you could sleep 8 long hours at the stretch, and you wake up feeling relieved and all that. Right now I wake up feeling excited, yes, to see my baby, but sometimes I'm tired. And the funny thing, my baby wakes up at about 6 a.m. in the morning and start having conversations with me. She starts cooing. Not a morning person, but she's a morning person. And now I'm beginning to become a morning person by all means. Some other thing that I think didn't change was the fact that when I was pregnant, I was carrying her, isn't it? Right now, I'm still carrying her everywhere we go. And back then, I was discussing with my hubby. He was telling me that humans are insatiable. When I was pregnant, I was like, I can't wait to deliver so that I can have rest. Now I have delivered, now I have the baby, and yet I'm still complaining. It seems like the time I was pregnant with her was the easiest. Truth is, I don't even know if there's an easy one. Because when I was pregnant with her, she was in my tummy. I could go anywhere I wanted without having to deal with carrying breast milk. Okay, she's going. What will I do when she cries? I have to put on a shirt so that I could breastfeed if it comes to that. I have to carry diapers. If I am going out with baby, I have to wake up long enough to prepare her, prepare myself, and it's crazy. But when I was pregnant with her, when she was in my tummy, I could be going somewhere and then wake up 30 minutes before time and I'll steam it up. I can't try that now. Except I don't want to go to that place anymore. So the best thing is wake up on time, start, nurturing her, preparing her bath, what she's going to wear, and so on and so forth. So it's actually a lot. Motherhood is not as easy as people make it seem, but big thumbs up to those who are doing it anyway, to we who are doing it anyway, because at the end of the day, I love doing this. It's interesting. I'm learning every day. Learning to say, okay, if this doesn't work, are we going to try this? I'm going to give you a tip. Now, when you get a pram over here and then you put baby, when baby is like a few weeks old in the pram, baby sleeps on the one that is flat, right? Yes, that one that looks like a box, isn't it? In it. I realized that my baby doesn't like being in that pram. She's always crying, and I'm like, why would you be crying? What's going on? So I'm still looking at her that she's still a baby, but when I went to see a friend and I told her my predicament, she has a one-year-old baby. She said, okay, it's possible that she doesn't want to be in that pram. It's okay. It's possible that she doesn't want to be in that pram lying down anymore, that probably she wants to see. So I should get her to the next pram after the newborn. And I'm like, oh, it's possible, because whenever I put her in here and step out, she's all good and fine. She likes to see things happening everywhere. I was like, oh, that's possible. So I did that. On the next time we're going on the pram, I put her in the next set, which is the one where she could sit up. And people of God, we actually went out today, went out to check some stores in town and buy some baby stuff and all that. And She was the most peaceful baby I've ever met in a pram. She was smiling at me all through, looking around, and I'm like, oh my baby, oh my love, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I have, kept you in that position for that long. I didn't know you were ready to be transferred, to this stage. So we learn every day. And it's very important as parents to always ask for help anyway. Yeah, don't think you know. As much as I love to check out things online, there are resources online, TikTok, YouTube, Google, and all that. Sometimes you need one-to-one, you need real life experiences to learn from others. Because I knew when she was crying, when she's forcing the pram, I went on YouTube, went on Google, and why won't my baby be in the pram? Why is my baby always crying in the pram? And I couldn't get anything tangible. I was being told babies cry and all that, but I can't be pushing a crying baby. Like, it's going to look like I'm so insensitive, and that is not me. Just not being happy when we should be enjoying the trip. Do you get me? So that's it. Anyway, that's it on today's episode. I have to just concentrate. I was thinking I could do some other things while doing this video, but my multitasking skills have failed me. So I'm just gonna wrap up this video right now so I could get to do some other stuff, and I'll catch you guys later. Okay, please do well to subscribe to this channel now. Subscribe now. Subscribe and like this video. Drop a comment. I love you guys. Bye bye.